Hey makers, Trevor here for Love Make Share. Back in the shop with something a little bit different. I'm going to try and do an ongoing devlog series about a new project that I'm working on. And in this one, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it and how I got to where I am right now. So we love playing board games in this family, and one that crossed our paths recently was this one. It's called Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle Defense Against the Dark Arts, a very succinct name for a game that we have played like a surprising amount of. It's a deck builder, and I know that in 2020 it's a little bit passé, it's a little bit behind the times to be getting super excited about deck building games as a concept, but like I missed, what are the big ones? Dominion? Like I missed all of them. So while we play a fair number of games with like card drafting mechanics in them, this is the first like proper deck builder I've played, and it just captured my imagination. So because I'm me, I immediately thought, what is this concept but applied to spaceships? And that's the entire launch pad for a project that I've been now working on for, I would say about 2 weeks. Almost every day, just little bits here and there, plugging ideas into spreadsheets and documents and planning boards on my phone when I have a couple of spare minutes. So I know that there's already somebody in the comments being like, hey, deck builder but spaceships has already been done. It's a game called Star Realms. It's pretty good. Star Realms is not the kind of thing that I'm thinking about here. Star Realms, it does what it says on the box. It is a science fiction deck building game, and it does that very, very well. But what it does is it has spaceships, but it's not about spaceships. I feel like you could skin Star Realms with just about anything, any other theme, and it would no longer be an intrinsically science fiction deck builder. It would no longer explicitly be I mean, obviously, if you themed it something different, it would no longer explicitly be about spaceships, but there's nothing inherently like spaceship battle about this. Or in the case of this, like fleet battle about this. So my goal is going to be to take those deck building mechanics and take the idea of competitive, one-on-one strategic starship to starship combat and turn that into its own deck building game. The inspirations for this are things like the Enterprise Reliant Battle from Wrath of Khan. But there's another very, very specific reference point that I really want to get across in this game, and that is being a 90s kid and a science fiction fan, I spent a lot of time playing like the X-Wing and TIE Fighter games, specifically TIE Fighter. And in that game, if you were lucky enough to be flying a ship that had shields, then you had to watch them and like transfer power between subsystems in order to make sure that like your shields were recharging quickly, or your weapons were powerful, or your engines were at full thrust. If you're on an attack run, you need your forward shields to be stronger than your rear shields. All of that stuff, and that very specific anxiety you have of watching the power levels in essential systems drip down to nothing. That is like baked in fundamental anxiety for me, even now, like 20 some years later. Anyway, that's my starting point. That's what's captured my imagination, and that's what's got the creative juices flowing. I'm gonna go off and keep working on this a little bit, and I'll be back to talk more about it later. Until next time, thank you for watching Love Make Share. I'm Trevor. I hope you've been inspired. Now, go make something.